last video, I share on the development or cultivations of the internal kungfu of the Wing Chun Siu Lin Tau sets. And in the video, I share that if one wants to develop the internal kungfu, one needs to know how to apply effort. And one needs to know the state one accomplished or achieved. So one know how to apply effort, or know the directions, how to do it, how to train, how to practice. And another thing is, if one practices it properly, one will arrive or accomplish the state. And this is the key point of developing internal kungfu. And if one have get no result from one training, then one going to go see a sifu to ask for the advice or the coaching or the help to get one there. So today I'd like to share with you how is this thing on the develop of the internal kungfu. What is it on the apply effort? What is it, the state? Well, it is actually not what majority of the people think. So it is this. Say I practice Wing Chun Siu Lin Tau. And this is just a beginning for me to practice Wing Chun Siu Lin Tau. And I got the instruction from my sifu. The first thing I have to cultivate my physical body, which is the 7 bowls. Right? So, how to cultivate that? That means whenever I'm standing straight like that, I'm going to loosen up my 7 bowls. No matter where I go. It's not that when I practice Siu Lin Tau, okay, turn on the switch, and then you stand there, and then you mimic, and then you have to do this. No, it's not. It's any time you stand, you put yourself into the equal shoulder stance, and you watch out for your 7 bowls. You want to lose the 7 bowls. You pay attention to each of the 7 bowls. Okay? At any place, you can stand in front of the McDonald's waiting for to order. You stand there. Nobody will know what you're doing, but you are actually doing that. Apply the effort. That's why the old sifu said, 你热肠怎么用功? How do you apply effort daily? So, you apply effort that way. You stand there, waiting in the line. You're checking your 7 bowls on and off. Try to lose it. And for the 7 bowls, for physical element, if you do that enough, you cultivate enough with the proper way, you know your body is going to unwrap or open up the 7 bowls. Every joint is opening up. You continue to practice it, you will feel that it is opened up and it can be linked without brute forcing it, without unaware of any bowls. And then up to a certain point, you feel your entire 7 bowls, all the joints is lightweight. Your entire body now is one and lightweight. So it doesn't matter you stand anywhere in the line or talking with your boss. You stand in that stand. And your body, you get in the state of the lightweight. And of course, at the beginning, you get in the state of open up your body. So it is 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days job. Whenever you stand, your mind, your awareness, right away, you go through each pose. Well, you will arrive to the state of lightweight. Then you know you have developed your physical element of the basic of Yi Kam Yang Ma equals total stance. You know your kungfu. You cannot bluff at it, you cannot lie at it, you know. You know your body transformed. On the other hand, if you say, well, I practice this Siu Lin Tau set, I have to stand this way in Yi Kam Yang Ma for 1 hour, this way, this way, this way, you will never get it. Because this is a life transformation. Internal art is a life transformation. You completely transform your body handling. Okay, so that is the physical element. Now, when you do this physical element, you practice this, and your body feels lightweight, you're going up to the second element, which is the mind element. So at any instance, when you stand there, your body is lightweight, you get into awareness. Okay, the awareness function of the mind. It is no longer like you see people practice Siu Lin Tau. When they practice, they think, oh, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? Or sometimes they overuse their intention, or sometimes they lost, their mind just goes somewhere else. No, the development of the mind element is just aware. My entire body is in a lightweight state. I'm aware. I am aware of everything clearly. Not get stuck in the thinking. Oh, is this right? Is this proper? Or the overuse your mind power and so forth. Thinking, oh, if I lift my awareness this way, is that proper? Is this way of the lifting awareness? And then tomorrow we say, why it's not the way of lifting awareness? You never go through that. When people go through that, meaning that one have no idea how to apply effort. One don't even know exactly what one is doing. After this, get to the breathing element. At that time, one's breathing is natural. And you get to deeper breathing. When one's standing, one can stand in the McDonald's line. When there are 2-3 people still in front of you, you get into the state of light in the body. Your mind quiet down because you're using awareness. Not thinking here, you know, you have this intention, this or that, or go somewhere else. You're just aware there. And then your breathing get away from the coarse or the wind breathing or the panting breathing. You know your breathing very well because you have this awareness. And the breathing more and more natural. So you don't get into compromise your breathing, such as stop breathing or forcing your breathing. Well, that is the first step of the Wing Chun training, Wing Chun Siu Lin Tau set training. Anywhere, any place, it is with you because you transform the body. That is called internal. So you can stand like that. It's internal. Okay? Every part of the body you know, you're aware of. Your mind, you're really clear what you're doing there. Your breathing is natural there. Then only when you go practice, your breathing become the clock, and it actually clock your movement. Then your entire body is light Your mind is aware, your breathing is natural. So it is the body is loose, the mind is quiet, and the breathing is natural. That's what it is. That is the kungfu. Nobody can lie on this thing, whether one have it or not. So it is not, oh, easy come out, and then I want to breathe. But then you say, well, you know, you feel like uncomfortable today. You know, is it true that this is the way how I'm lifting my anus? Is it true that I straighten my spine? And then how do I think? How do I think? Oh, I mean, is my intention, is this proper? Or how's the breathing? How's the breathing? Is it low enough? No, you don't do this. You go step by step, you develop that physical body, mind, and breathing. And this is it. Anyway, once you develop the internal kungfu, you go anywhere, the kungfu is with you. Why? Because you have transformed your physiology. That is internal training. Got nothing to do with this is Tai Chi, this is mind power. If one cannot even handle the body this way, one couldn't even pass the first creep of the 1850s. One is not even passing the basic Zhanzhuang of the Qigong. This is just a reality, okay? So without this type of stuff, that Siu Lin Tau is useless. You say, well, I have to do this, I practice this, I try to go as long as one. That is useless. How many times for the past, just go backtrack for 100 years. For anybody who practice Siu Lin Tau, what they get out from the Siu Lin Tau, just make a statistic analysis there. Serious. And if you develop this, it's going to benefit your entire living or entire life, because say lunchtime we stand in front of the line of the McDonald's, they say, hey, how the heck is my thought is running around? Or why am I breathing this? Oh, this breathing is not proper anymore. Get back to the natural state. That is the recovery state. That is the nurture the chi state. So this is a real thing, real qigong. It is not some kind of show business, and it is what you're going to use for your whole life. Otherwise, what is the purpose to practice your Siu Lin Tau then like a ritual? Useless. So internal art is a transformations. Okay. Now today I share with you this, and all the details I already share with you in my books, the Basic Wing Chun Art and Science, the 6-13-3, and the Beginning Wing Chun, or how you're handling your body. In the ancient, people won't tell you this. And you think about it, if I don't tell you, show you this today, you're still thinking about this, and I have to clamp this knee, and I have to straighten my back. You are against natural. Yet, you want to be loose in your body, quiet in the mind, breathing naturally, lower abs breathing. Then everybody quote the Lao Tzu, say, oh, Tao is mimic natural. Tao is a quote with the natural. Flow like water. How the heck is one flow like water if you're like doing this kind of stuff? You can. And then when you do that, you say, well, I want to lifting my hands. I want to straighten my spine. Well, sir, do you know how it's proper to lifting your hands? Do you know how to proper is that to straighten your spine? But if you do this, you don't even care. You just let it be. Don't, when you have this natural breathing, when you exhale, your anus area, Huiying area, due to this diaphragm moving upward, Well, read all the human biology. Don't the spine change a little bit or shift a little bit due to the diaphragm, the breathing? Well, that is natural. Disregard of which grandmaster said how you want to lift your anus and straighten your spine. It doesn't make sense at all. Because how the world is that grandmaster know your body. In fact, he doesn't know the body. If he know the body, the biology, he have that awareness of his body, your diaphragm, and all this core element like the ancient, he will never tell you that. It is just mimicking. Oh, the Tai Chi guy say, I want to lift my anus. The Tai Chi guy classic say, I want to straighten my spine. So everybody follow it, but one have no idea what it is, one have no idea how it is. And it end up like that. So I said, backtrack 100 years. You look at people who practice Siu Lin Tau. What did they achieve? And today, seriously, you get people who practice that, and you get people who develop this. You know, I'm not the only guy in this world who developed this type of stuff. Those who know real internal art and Qigong and so forth, they develop this. You know what? You just hook the heart rate variability inside in their chest strap or the ear loops. Check their heart rate variability, HRV. Okay, the HRV, the sports science measurement. You see right away how can they handle their sympathetic or parasympathetic nervous system. The one you do this natural, you get into the parasympathetic side. The one who do this or want to straighten their spine using their Yi, the Qi, leading all this thing, guarantee is going to get into the sympathetic nervous system, have no control. So, don't look at me. Your HRV measurement right now, even the MMA guy using HRV, okay, because they want to have this recovery. Unless one develop this, what internal? What internal? So the Chinese, ancient Chinese, know what they are doing. They are not just because I'm a grandmaster, I have this internal art. Because what the ancient do, today we can verify it with the heart rate variability. Reading, okay? So this is to share with you. I know many people will not be able to take what I'm presenting to you today. And now, for me, everybody is free to do what they want. But you know the result. You know how to 用功, how to apply effort, you will get the result. If you don't know how to 用功, you can practice 1,000 years, you go nowhere. And I am not the guy who will verify that or judge that. You just hook the heart rate variability HRV measurement. Okay, nowadays you can have a lot of those in your apps. You just buy a chest strap or ear loops or the heart rate monitor, which is clamped at your arm. You just measure that. Now, if you don't have this, and you say, well, I want to compete with the MMA guy. Well, the MMA guy knows this thing. So who's more internal? Is the MMA guy more internal, or you, the guy who thinking this is Qi, this is Chinese martial art, this is ancient secret, is more internal? Well, they are more internal than us, if we don't know this. So this is to share with you today, okay? As I mentioned, all this thing is written in the two books I mentioned just now. And you can just get heart HRV measurements applications apps in your cell phone. Buy one of the loops Heart rate monitor, this is about $30, $40. More expensive, the chest strap, $40, $50, $70. The arm monitor, heart rate monitor, $70, probably $80. Amazon, you know, you can find a cheap one. Man, show it. Otherwise, why are you invest on that thing? Well, of course, you know, your freedom. If you want to invest on that thing like a religion, then you know you're free to do that. But for the people who want to get result, want to have the Siu Lin Tau do something good for them, this is the truth. So this is for you today. It's an education. Let's not get into all this lineage, grandmaster, all this kind of stuff, because we are here talking about science. HRV is biometrics or bio marker of the science or medical terms today. The medical doctor using HRV measurement to see the health, to check on the health of the patients. Okay. So again, it's up to you what you want. I show you what it is, and people can stand in anywhere's McDonald's online and practice that unnoticed if we don't know what they have inside that. That is called internal. It is not like this is Tai Chi internal. No. The real internal is internalizations. Internalizations. You won't see it unless you are higher or advanced state. Then you know. And this guy is good. He handles his breathing. He's handled his body. Like people practice Siu Lin Tau, just walk by, and then you observe his breathing, and you can see which level he get into. Did he compromise his breathing? Right away you can see. And if he compromises his breathing, you put the HRV inside his body, guarantee you have no control. Guarantee if he compromises his breathing, he's going to go sympathetic, like in flight and fight situations. He's going to stimulate or activate his sympathetic. The more he compromises, use effort, use his mind power or yi power or chi power, the more he gets to the sympathetic side. And his HRV number will drop. While the guy who knows how to do internal, he can drop it, he can get it up.